I've been watching streams of TCG Card Shop Simulator, and my first reaction was, oh no, this game looks like a nightmare. And I'm saying this as a German, someone who should really love simulators. I mean, we are the ones playing farming simulators for hours, right? But this game, it felt like something different. For some reason, the German-speaking market is obsessed with simulator games. It's like we can't get enough of them. There's probably a study somewhere proving we play the most hours in these games, but let's just say we love them. Of course, I had to check out TCG Card Shop Simulator to see what the fuss was about. At first, I didn't understand the hype. The graphics, well, they aren't great. The best looking part of the game is the housing scenery outside your shop. It's actually pretty nice, but the shop itself, it's very basic, like someone used the standard pieces you get with a game development software. It works, but it doesn't really stand out. Though I don't want to deny that the developers didn't put any time into objects such as card shells and other items. The controls, well, they are not broken, but they are more complicated than they need to be. Moving around the shop feels harder than it should, and the game even makes simple things a little tricky. It's like the developers wanted to make sure you really feel you're running a card shop by making everything a bit harder to handle. But also here, there's plenty to do and to control in this game, which means it needs to be accessible by keys somehow. Just look at your own card collection. Then one day I thought, alright, let's try this. TCG Card Shop Simulator, here I come. Wasn't very expensive and I wanted to see what everyone was talking about and experience it myself. I mean, how bad could it be, right? Well, famous last words, I would say. And that's when things changed. Even with the basic graphics and the weird way customers walk behind your cash desk as if they're getting a private tour, I couldn't be stopped playing. Really, the pathing of the NPCs just doesn't make sense at all. Still, somehow the gameplay pulls you in. It's surprisingly fun and addictive. You start thinking, I'll just play for one more day, maybe a little more progress, and suddenly hours have passed. Now, some people say this is more of a card collection game than a shop simulator, and honestly, I kind of see it. Sure, you're technically running a shop, but it feels more like a giant card collection mission, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, who doesn't love growing their own collection of rare cards and showing them off? It adds to the game's charm, even if it's a bit more about building a personal collection than managing a business. But careful, you need to pay the rent and electricity in this game, though I never had consequences in-game due to not doing so. The customers are a real highlight. The game has this funny thing where it shows stinky nerds coming into your shop, and I say this with love because let's be honest, we've all been there, whether it's at a card shop, a gaming convention, or a long night at a board game meetup. You're surrounded by people who are just a little too into their hobby and maybe haven't spent enough time with soap. It's kind of a fun little joke the game makes, and it adds a little bit of personality to the experience. But what really hooked me is the gameplay. It's not complicated, really. It's really not complicated, and that's actually a good thing. You don't need deep or complex systems to enjoy this game. Hell, you don't even need to understand what this card collection thing is all about. You open your shop, deal with customers, sell your cards, and keep growing your business. It's simple, but sometimes that's what makes the game fun. You just keep going day by day, building your card shop, opening packs, cleaning stinkers with body spray. I think that's what gaming just needs. It's simple and it's enjoyable. One thing I'd love to see in the game though is a custom card creator. Imagine how fun it would be to create your own cards. Maybe something overpowered or just extremely funny. The game could really use something like that to let players make their own shops more unique. Imagine having your dog or your cat on one of these cards with extremely high stats. You never know what could happen. Now, the game clearly isn't finished yet. When you start, there's a huge roadmap on the side. It still has lots of small problem bugs, strange animations, but I really hope the developers don't change the main mechanics too much. The simple gameplay is what makes this game so enjoyable. It doesn't need to be complicated to be fun. And to the developers, I just want to say, you're doing a great job. Even though the game has its rough spots here and there, it's still fun. You've captured what makes a simulator enjoyable. The ability to get lost in something simple and satisfying. Keep making the game better, but don't change too much about how the game works. So if you're someone who loves simulators, maybe even love collecting cards, likes a good laugh, and doesn't mind graphics that aren't the best, give TCG Card Shop Simulator a try. Really, it's not that expensive, it's hella fun and addicting. It's weird, it's a little clunky, but as said, it's also super fun and addictive. Sometimes all you need is a simple game to enjoy. Let me know if you play TCG Card Shop Simulator or if there's another simulator game you love. Also let me know what your wishes are for this game. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And really, I love to hear about it. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and maybe hit that notification bell. See you in the next one.